As a child, I spent a lot of time alone as a result of being sick, and I became a dreamer. I'm a big dreamer. After all, it's free, so why not? My dream is to travel around the world interviewing people. Welcome to Small Talk.
Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Well, hello, everyone. It's time for another interview, which always gets me excited. My guest today is Taysaa Hubert. Hi, Taysaa. Welcome to the show.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Could you please introduce who you're with?
Yes, this is Isaac Carter.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, and we are Quiet Talkers.
Nice to meet you, Isaac. And yeah, the band name is the Quiet Talkers. I like that name. That's quite different. That's really good. So now what kind of music do you perform?
We kind of do everything.
Oh, okay.
We like to explore different styles, but I mean, our main sound is kind of more singer-songwritery kind of
Yeah, we
thing.
do a lot of folky stuff.
Okay. So now you're out in Alberta, correct? So how long have you been performing together?
Oh boy. Well, we've been performing with each other for actually quite a while, so longer than Quiet Talkers has existed.
Okay.
But Quiet Talkers, we started over the pandemic. So I
Now, who came up with the name?
think that was kind of mutual.
Yeah. It's named after a song of an artist we really like.
Okay. So are you both singers?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
And do you both play instruments?
Yep. So I play keys and piano.
Mm-hmm.
I do play a little bit of guitar, but it's minimal. So
What about you, Isaac?
Yeah, I like. I'm a bass player and a guitar player mainly, as well as a singer. We do
Okay.
most, so we have to play a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Are you two a couple?
yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Am I allowed to ask that? Too late. Okay, so how long have you known each other?
Like
Probably
than
5 or 6 years, I think.
Okay. All right. So what before COVID, what were you doing performance-wise?
Before COVID, we had a band that was called the Betty Alice Effect.
Okay.
Played actually my sister was in that band.
Oh yeah. All right.
So that's what we were doing before.
Mm-hmm. So now, Isaac, when did you become interested in music?
Well, I mean, like my parents were both musicians. They actually met at university and then my mom was studying voice at the time. My dad was a clarinet player.
Mm-hmm.
So music was just always in the house. And my dad never pushed us into lessons or anything like that. He would just buy instruments and leave them around the house. One day I came home and my brother was learning how to play Stairway to Heaven on the acoustic guitar. And he was like, I want to start a band and I need a bass player. And since you're younger than me, you have to be a bass player.
That seemed only fair, right?
Exactly. He wanted to play all the guitar solos and I played all the bass lines. And yeah.
He's a really good player, though.
Yeah. What about you, Tay? So when did you start with music?
Kind of a similar-ish story, sort of. So I started piano when I was 8. And I think I started vocal lessons before that. So I was 6.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
My family is also very musical, both sides.
Very good. Yeah. I mean, that helps a lot, I think, because when you have it in your genes, makes it a little bit, I think, easier to learn, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're listening all the time, you know.
Yeah. All right. So you've both been in other bands. And now, have you performed a lot around in your province or around the country? Again, we're talking before COVID, okay?
Before COVID, yeah. Yes, definitely before, not during.
Yeah. So as they're lifting, at least they have here in BC, they're lifting some of they've already have actually some of the, what do I want to say? No, bands can now perform with, there's their place to dance. People are allowed to go and dance, which has opened things up. Has that happened there for you guys?
I think it's starting.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely after this past few weeks with the whole protests and everything, our government's been lifting restrictions pretty quickly. We are playing a benefit for her dad, who is currently fighting cancer right now.
Right.
March. And so we're going to have 7 bands and we're going to have a full crowd, hopefully. And
Nice.
so that's exciting. I mean, we wish it was under better circumstances, obviously.
So what's the date of that?
March 11th.
March 11th. And where's it being held?
Shaker's Roadhouse.
Okay. And yeah, because I've been speaking to your dad. That's how I got connected to you, Taysaa, right? Through your dad, correct? And I've already interviewed somebody you know.
Dallas.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the name. Dallas Hill, yeah, for sure. Okay, so now during COVID, have you performed online or have you just sort of, yes, you have, yes? And do you write your own songs?
We do. And honestly, that's mostly what we've been doing during this whole night. We wrote so many songs.
Yeah.
Right. Now, do you each have jobs other than being musicians?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you do, Isaac? What do you do?
Well, I work at a compressed air plant. So we compress gases and stuff like that.
Okay.
We'd fill like medical oxygen for hospital, argon for welders, and that's what I do.
Okay. And for you, Taysaa, what do you do?
I work at a flower shop, so I build designs and stuff, bouquets and all that.
Well, it makes sense because that's very artistic, right? So that just, now here's another thing, because I meet a lot of people who are artists and they're multi-talented in different artist styles, whatever it is, whether it's like maybe not just performing, but music, but maybe painting or whatever. Are either of you like that?
I think so.
You don't have to be modest now. Come on.
I'll be honest. I think I'm pretty good at the floral design. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know that takes talent, the artistic talent. I realize that, right? What about you? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. It's hard. Sorry, but one of the problems with Zoom is sometimes it's hard not to overtalk people. So I apologize.
Oh, sorry, I do that too.
So now what about you, Isaac? What other artistic talent would you say you have?
Well, I would say that, over the pandemic, I've been learning how to record and how to mix music.
Oh, nice.
We've released one song as Quiet Talkers since the beginning of the pandemic, and it's a single called The Way That You Are.
Okay.
We recorded all the instruments ourselves, and then my brother added drums and he mixed it. I didn't mix it yet. I'm still new to mixing, but it's talent that we've kind of started delving in the DIY music, because nowadays with the kind of gear that you can buy, it's just the way to go for, I think, a lot of artists, who don't have 10 grand to put out an EP every year,
For sure. Yeah. Now, other than the fundraiser coming up, do you have any other immediate plans or within the next couple of months?
Not like nothing concrete. We have a lot of goals.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It's hard to plan,
Yeah.
Nobody's that far in advance right now.
Right. Well, one of the things I know that, like, again, here in Chilliwack, we have the Anavets, where there's regular weekend music, even during the pandemic with restrictions, but now some of those are being lifted. So is there anything like that around you where you have a place where musicians can go on a regular basis?
Well, there are a lot of open mics and stuff like that. And, we try and hit a few of those. We did play a small little festival called the Deep Freeze Festival over the pandemic, where we just played at a little coffee shop and had people rotating through. And it was a lot of fun supporting Ukrainian, Aboriginal, and Métis and French cultures here in Edmonton. So we got to sing a little bit in French, and
Very good. Yeah, because I've told this to many musicians, like I think it's so important in times like this that we have entertainment, right? It should not be shut down. It should be encouraged, but again, take all the necessary precautions, right?
Absolutely.
That's why, like, at the beginning, doing the live things was pretty cool because at least it was something.
Yes.
Yeah. And then listen. So yeah, like the very first one that we did, I think it was maybe 2 weeks on the first shutdown, right?
Yeah.
About that anyway. And that was cool. That was a whole process. Learning how to do that was fun.
Right. Are you getting plans to record any other songs?
We want to.
Yeah, well, we actually have 2 more recorded that we're planning on releasing.
Okay.
His brother.
Yeah, because one of the things that we started over the pandemic too was writing songs for licensing. So we wrote a ballad in 48 hours to try and get it submitted to a movie score, stuff like that. So we're trying to get into that a little bit too, just trying our best to keep as creative as possible and keep our I guess skills sharp.
Yeah. No, I know that there are a lot of contests where musicians can submit their work, and if you got a score, wouldn't that be awesome, right? Have your music in a movie? That would be so awesome, because I know there's still lots of movies being filmed.
Yes.
And shows, TV shows too.
And it's one of the last few places where musicians can make a real revenue stream, you know?
Yeah. Because we all know it's hard for musicians to make a living doing that, right? You always have to have another job other than, which is too bad.
Yeah.
Artists in general, but like even just the other day when we were talking to somebody for the fundraiser anyway, he's like, oh yeah, I work at this bar and this bar doing live sound, and I'm recording doing this, and then I'm, like, you gotta have a lot of different things going on.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta dip your toes in a little bit of everything. Make a little money from every aspect of the music industry. You can't just be a one-trick pony anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Now, for the fundraiser, now obviously it's live, but are you going to be live streaming it as well?
We're trying to set that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's because I think that's a good way for people who are not in your province or can't get, or whatever it is, right? That still want to participate or help out if they can. So that's really good. So let's just recap now. The name of the band is Quiet Talkers, and the song you put out was
The Way That You Are.
The Way That You Are. Okay, and you're doing the fundraiser on March 11th, you said? That's for your dad, Taysaa? I've already got your name all mixed up. I do that a lot, by the way, just so you know. Okay, and you're in the process of writing songs, and you're learning how to do recordings and all of this wonderful stuff. I think that's really, really good. Yeah, and I hope that soon you'll be able to get out there and do more, live performances. I would just be before this, but I do a little intro before you guys see it. And one of the things I said was, like, one of my big dreams is just to go around the world interviewing people, So if I had that means, and I would know that that fundraiser was going on, I'd want to be there with my camera and my microphone.
Yeah. Well, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there are some help for musicians. Well, I'll talk about that after we finish the recording. There's a link I can give you that might help you. I don't know if it can or not, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so I can't think of anything else to ask you. I know this is a quick interview, but is there anything else you want to add before I say goodbye to everybody? No. I know it's your first time, so it makes it a little difficult, right?
I always on the spot, I'm like, oh gee, I don't know, I can't think of it.
Well, you could always, you're always welcome to come back on the show.
Okay, that would be cool too. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So we're going to end it now at this point, but hold on, I'm just going to say goodbye to the audience. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching the show, and I'm going to put their information so that you can look them up. Quiet Talkers. I know they're on YouTube because I looked it up already. So I know they're there. And, it'd be nice if you could purchase some music and help the musicians. And in the meantime, everybody take care and peace out.
Bye, everybody.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see.